Yeah, I think we can good to start now. So this class is combined for the full stack developers and web developers. Okay. So basically, full stack and web development, we have the front end is common. So we combined both the classes in one timing. Okay. So yeah, before starting of the session, firstly, today we are going to discuss about HTML and what are the tags, what are the attributes, what are the elements we have in the HTML and all. So before going to start complete on HTML, let me tell you. So HTML is basically used for front-end development. Let's say I'm just opening a browser and I'm typing Facebook like. So I'm in the search, I'm searching for the Facebook, and here in the Facebook, I can see a login page, right? So if I'm clicking on this, so this is the Facebook, sign in page. So you have to enter your details like email ID and password, then click on sign in or login. Okay. So this page is, made up with HTML. HTML is something like, by use of HTML, you can create a websites. Okay. So you got my point, right? By using of the HTML, you can create the websites. So, okay, let me go back. Okay. So, as I said, you to create of a website, then we using HTML. Then what is a website? Okay. So, firstly, we'll talk about what is a website, and then we'll going into HTML in detail. Okay. So, website is a collection of web pages. Okay. When you're talking about website, it basically the collection of a web pages. So, basically, we have three types of a web pages. So we have static web page, we have dynamic web page, and we have a server web page. So what is the static web page and dynamic web page and server web page? We'll be discussing further in the further slides. Okay, so let me give you what is HTML first. Okay, so HTML is a hypertext markup language. This is basically used to build a websites. And what is hyper here in the H? So hyper is basically deals with a document, and it's only contain the text. In the hyper like HTML we have H. So in the H we basically called as a hyper. Okay. So basically we have in place of H we are dealing with only documents that contains only text. Okay. So why it is so? Because we're dealing with the web browsers that can be read and that can be display your documents, right? So that's where we're going to display the documents in the web pages. So yeah, I'll be telling you the definition of HTML. Basically, HTML is hypertext markup language, and it is a standard language for creating a web pages. Okay, so it is the standard one to create a web pages. And what is the role of web development? Let's say, in every other roles, HTML is a structure format, right? So we can build many applications by using that, so that we are using HTML in the front end. Okay, so as I said, the website is a collection of a web pages. So we have three types of a web pages. One is static web page, one is dynamic web page, and then other one is server web page. Let's see what is static web page. So by using this, now we are going to create a very first web page by using HTML, and we have a, web browser can only display a lot of difference. I mean, lot of differentiated between, HTML documents. So in the website, it is not only, HTML document. In the website, we are dealing with many other documents, right? So we are dealing with the GSP files, we are dealing with XML files and all. But so first we need to tell the browser which type of a file that you are giving, right? So firstly, we'll talk about static web pages. So a static web pages remain same or fixed in terms of content display. Let's say I have a few examples for static web pages. So I'll show you guys, okay? So Indian Railway web pages and IRCTC web pages. So I'll show you with an example. So I'm just going here, I'm just typing IRCTC. So I'm opening the IRCTC web page. So in the top, I can able to see IRCTC next generation e-ticket system. So I'm just clicking on that. So the page will be like this. You have a header file and you have a menu bar. In the side, we have a slide bar, and here the image slider, and bottom we have a footer, right? So any application you take, this is the layers of the application. And then, so why I'm telling a static web page for this IRCTC, because whatever the changes you want to do here in the IRCTC, that will be interconnected with all the layers. Okay, it is not possible you to change anything in the IRCTC portal, because Indian portals are developed in such a way that you can't change regularly the pattern. You can't change regularly a pictures uploading and all. You can't change regularly this pattern. It is not possible because all the layers are interconnected. You got my point? So if you're changing the icon like login with some other color, you have to change the same thing in the main folder, header folder, data folder and all. You got my point? So changing in static, it is not possible. It is possible, but it takes so much of time because we have to change in all the layers. You got my point? So that is the one example. So here, yeah, here we have a header file, navigation bar, slide bar, content, and footer bar, right? Header bar is having all the content. Header bar is having all the header files, and in the navigation bar, whatever the menus are there is available in the navigation bar, slider bar. So you have seen this example. Same header file, navigation bar, and slide bar, content and footer bar is same like. Wait a minute. It is same like this. Say we have a header file, we have a navigation bar, we have a slider bar. This completely we called as a slider bar. This is the data bar and this is the footer bar. Yes or no? So whatever the changes required in the static, so whatever the changes you required in the static, that is not possible because all the layers is fixed. All the layers are interconnected. So it is very difficult to change anything in one application, one layer or something like that. Okay. Got it? Because any web page to take, we have a layout. So this is a common for all. Okay. This layer we can keep it as with all. So now this is the static web page, because why it is static web page, we cannot change whatever you want. We cannot change the styles, we cannot change the sliders. It is not possible. It is possible, but it is taking so much of time because all the layers are interconnected, right? So now now we'll check with dynamic web page. So what is dynamic web pages? It is completely opposite to the static web page. In the dynamic web page, you are going to add all the things. For example, let's say news channels, news websites. We have so many news websites like ETV, NTV, like so many things are there, right? So each and every news site is not static because every day we keep on posting with different news. Today is something, some other news, and tomorrow is some other news. Yes or no? So it keeps on changing. So in that times we are going to use dynamic web pages. You're getting my point? Let's say, so I'm just opening one, I'm just giving one more example here, Facebook. Okay. in the Facebook, I'm just clicking on first link and clicking on login now. Okay, please understand what is the difference here. So I have opened my account. Okay, so I have opened my account. Here, this is my account. So all the activities are regarding to my account, because whatever the content I have selected, accordingly, I'll be getting all the stuff. For you, it is different. You getting my point? So this is comes under dynamic. So each and every particular user having different content in it, right? So in that cases, we are going for the dynamic web pages. Okay, so here it is not same like that. This is example for static and this is an example for dynamic, because you can able to see, right? So this is whatever the content I follow, then you can show it here. Whatever the content you follow, that should be shown in your web pages, right? So that is the difference between dynamic and static web pages. And dynamic web pages are going to use in shopping websites. We have Amazon, we have Myntra has a shopping website. We have Max has a shopping website. There also, every time we are not posting a single collection at a one time, right? We have a multiple collections. When it is outdated, we are going to post few pictures, latest images of the clothing brands in that way. So that would be also dynamic web pages. And songs, we have many songs websites also. If you want to select one thing, it is not like that. There are multiple things available which might be changed in future. So in that cases, we are going to use a dynamic web pages. Getting my point? And then other thing, now we have another web page called a server web page. Okay, so I'll tell you what is server web page. Whatever the data you are going to store, whatever the data that we are getting from the sources, that should be stored in database. Yes or no? So server act like a database. Your server web page is acts like a database for your web pages. So for example, here also I just give an example called Facebook. Same Facebook, because it might be changes. Can you please mute yourself, everyone? Okay. So here also I can take an example, because just 1 minute, I'll show you guys. I'm just logging out. I'm just clicking on log out of my account. Now see what happens. Yeah. So the interface to log in for the Facebook, it is common for everyone. Yes or no? Guys, understand what is the server, server pages. So to sign in with your Facebook, this page is common for everyone. So the login page is common for everyone, but inside the matter, you will be writing your own email ID and your own password. Yes or no? So this is static. This Facebook page is static. Inside of it, it is dynamic type. It is inside of your Facebook. It is different from each and every one. Yes or no? So that we call it as both the things. In the server, we have a static type. In the starting, inside of it, we have a dynamic type. That type of a web pages we called as a server web page. You getting my point, right? So if you have any doubt, please text in the chat. So now you tell me what is difference between three the things. We have talked about static, we have talked about dynamic, and we have talked about server web pages, right? So in short and sweet, what did you understand by hearing of these three types of layers? Please text me in the chat. I'll be waiting other 2 minutes, right? So please text me. What did you understand by static? What did you understand by dynamic? And what did you understand by server web pages? Please quick response in the chat. Come on, at least respond to my question. I'm just asking. This much of explanation I have given, no? So now you guys tell me what is static, what is dynamic, and what is server based. Please text in the chat. I'm just waiting for your answers. Okay? Yeah. Sushma, you're right. Static is a common to all users. Dynamic is a fed shown on upon the interest, and database is stored to data. So yeah, but static is not common for all the users. First thing, static, whenever the application don't want any changes in the application, then we are going into the static. If your application need to change day by day, then we are going for the dynamic. And server basically to store all the details. In the server base, static will be also there, and inside the static, dynamic will be present. That's the difference. Okay. So yeah, I request not only one people can be in the text. I request all the people can write in the text so that I'll understand you got understood by the topic. At least if you're not writing, if you're not interested to write, at least type yes if you understood all these three topics. At least type yes if you understood all the three topics in the chat. Okay, we got the responses. Yes, then you understood the topic, right? Great, great. And one more example I want to give to static examples. So this website, whenever they launched in 2010 or something like that, they have launched in IRCTC. From that time, the same URL, I mean, same UI is there, same thing. Nothing has changed. You got my point, right? But the picture they have changed in recent days, but the complete website is same. That's why it is static. When you want to change anything, it is really very tough to change, because if you're changing in one item, complete website need to be changed. So that is the importance of static. So only static websites are government websites. If you check also, only static websites are based on the government websites. Yeah, that's all about and one more example for the server web pages is, so okay, you have used your own account to create. So maybe you create, maybe your friend create, or maybe another one. But all the three have different IDs, right? So different username, different passwords, right? All the data, where exactly all the data is storing? So in the server base, okay? Server web pages only, whatever the data. In the Facebook also, starting you'll be create your account, right? So all the details will be stored in the data storage area, okay? So that is importance of server base. Now, after complete, this is the three layers of to build a website. Now we'll talk about tags. Okay. So what is tag in HTML? I'll tell you. So yeah, tags are predefined words. Okay. So tags are predefined words. For example, in C language, you have data types, right? So data types, basically you have integer, float, string, right? So these are keywords. So it is defined keywords. Integer and float, string are the defined keywords. So here also HTML, in the HTML, we have some predefined words only the predefined words only we have to use from tag. If not, we do not use that. Okay, so I'll tell you what is tag. So you can able to see this right angular braces and left angular braces. So inside of this we called as a tag. Okay, so right angle and left angle, I mean greater than symbol and less than symbols. These symbols we call tag. Inside of the symbol, we are writing predefined words. Okay, so I'll tell you what is predefined words. So here I have given some example like this is closing brace and this is opening brace and this is closing brace. If what is opening and what is closing? Because if there is a slash inside, that says it is a closing. If there is a no slash, then that it is a opening braces. Inside of closing and bracing, there is a content in between. Okay. So all together, like all that together, we call as a element. Understand? So basically, we have any HTML doc you take, we have a HTML tag, opening braces, HTML tag, closing braces, all together, all the functionality together, we call as an element. Okay. So we'll be discussing that in the further classes, I mean, further slides. Yeah, one more thing I want to tell you, whatever the predefined so whatever the predefined words are there in the HTML, that can you can write it in the small letters, you can write it in the capital letters, no problem at all. Okay. So yeah, types of tag. You understood what is a tag, right? So this braces we called as a tag. So we have different types of a tag. Okay. So we have container tag and we have empty tag. We can call container tag as a pair tag and empty tag is a single tag. By the name only you understood, empty tag is a single tag. Understood? So yeah, this is all about two tags of two types of a tag, and then let's discuss on each and every tag, like what is container tag and what is empty tag, right? So container tag, when you're talking about container tag, so container tag actually have two tags in it. Okay. So there is a opening tag and there is a closing tag. Like there is a HTML opening tag and there is a HTML closing tag. Okay. So why it is so? Because it contain a pair of tags. Any container tag can carry a pair of tags. It can be opening, it can be closing of tags. Now, what is empty tag? So, empty tag can contain only a one single tag, that is opening tag. Okay. So, empty tags have only opening tags. Is my voice is audible? Please confirm me in the chat. If you find any disturbances, if my volume is less, then please confirm in the chat. So I don't have a microphone, so I'm just talking normally. So please confirm me in the chat. Is my voice is audible? Is everything is good? Okay, thanks for the confirmation, Soumya. So in the empty tag, we have only one tag, that is opening tag. Like say we have BR tag and HR tag and image tag. I'll tell you what is BR, what is HR and what is image. But just assume that in the empty tag, we have only opening tags, not closing tags. Okay. Right. So let's start with programming. So before going to start with programming, just I want to tell you what is tag, what is element, what is attribute. So you got to understand what is tag and element, right? Element is considering together we call as an element, and inside the content, whatever the content we are writing inside the tags, that we call as a attributes. So let's see this example here. Now let's see what is tag, element and attribute. So there is a HTML tags here. I have given one line here. So I have taken h1 class is equals to primary and example heading and closing the tag. So firstly, I have opened the h1 tag. H1 is a heading tag and closing the heading tag. So inside of the inside of the head tags, we have to write the body class, right? So now I'm just writing the message like class is equals to primary and example heading. So class is a attribute name. So in any other programming language, we have a variables, right? So here we have, instead of variables, we have attributes. Understood? So for example, in the Java or Python, we used to write like age is equals to 25. Age is a variable, and is equals to 25 is the value. So what is a variable? So variable which can store the all types of a data, right? So variable is a container, can store all types of a data. Here is also attribute. Is a attribute name is a class. It can be anything. In place of class, you can write anything. So in a variable which can hold a value, that combination we call as an attribute. Okay. So a variable is having some name and some value storage. So here it is class is equals to primary. So all together we call as an attribute. You can see class as a name and attribute as a value. Same like variable, right? Variable is a name, and whatever the assigning the value is called a value. So here class is a name and primary is a value. Got my point? So this is attribute. So you understood what is tag now, what is tag and what is attribute. And then let's see what is element. All together we called as a HTML element. Okay. So this is done, and affected content is something related to highlighted content. So affected content can always give end of the heading tags. Like this is the end of the heading tag. So they have given here affected content. So all together, the starting tag, ending tag, all together we called as an HTML element. Understood? So please, if you want to write, at least write, or if you want to take a photo of my screen, then do it. No problem. So if you're understanding this concept, then it is very easy you to work with programming with HTML. Then you might be getting confused. Okay. So this is all about. Can I go to the next slide? Please confirm me in the chat. Can I go to the next slide? Thanks. So yeah, now let's talk about elements of header session. We have already seen different types of layers, right? Let's see what is header session. Basically, in the header, it is title. Head is something related to title, right? So title, link, style, scripter. We this is the elements we have, right? So in one computer, one website, we can see a header header file, we can see a styles in it. We can see the script, and we can see the links, meta, browse. So many things we can see with the element header section. So it's basically provide the characters and provide the set of instructions need to be passed. But element tags might be using with the CSS. Now I can skip this topic. So when we are dealing with the CSS, then I can explain you what is elements there. Okay. So now we'll discuss the structure of HTML document. So if you want to work with HTML document, then basic tags should be required. So the basic tags are HTML tag, header tag, body tag, and title tag. Top, we have a title tag. So if you're not writing any tag, you can't be execute the program. See here, we have a title bar tag, we have a HTML tag, header tag, and body tag. So I tell you what is the tags. So by combination of all the tags, like this tags can be called container tags. So it has starting and ending tags. So this we called as a container because it has a starting tag and ending tag. So HTML is have a starting tag and HTML is having a ending tag. Head is also same, starting and ending tag. And body is also same, starting and heading tag. So I'll tell you what is what. Firstly, we have to write document type. So that is nothing but the title. So now from HTML, the program will start. From HTML tag, the program will actually start. Whenever you're writing HTML, you have to write the HTML closing, close tag also you have to write. Inside of HTML, you have to write head file, body file. Understood? First, you have to write HTML tag, and then you have to write head tag and then body tag, and then close all the tags. Okay. So in the head tag, you have to write some information in it, like say, it could be a, any content you want to get the output like in the heading file. So that should be right in the header file. And then in the header file, below of the header file, you can write the title also. So title should be what is the title of your page, you can write. And body, what are the content should be present in the body, that should be written here. And okay, I'll show you what is what here. So I'm just opening one website. Same IRCTC website I have taken. So here I can see a logo of it, right? I am saying IRCTC. So this logo and this thing, I can call it as a header tag. And inside whatever the, after filling all these things, inside whatever the details it is having, that is a body content. Okay. So in the top, whatever the name you're getting, are you able to see, that is the header tag. So that is the difference between HTML tag, header tag, body tag. Okay. So this is how we can differentiate with the different layers of HTML tags. So let's start with one HTML program. Okay. So if you're using, generally all the programming languages have an editors to write the code. So for the HTML, we can, we have like Notepad, we have Notepad++, we have. So firstly, we'll start from Notepad. And then after you got habituated with the Notepad, then we will trying to do with Notepad++. Okay. So let's start with only Notepad. Okay, before starting, if you have any queries, please text me in the chat. If you don't have any queries, if you cleared with the topic, then type me yes in the chat. Can I get the quick response? Directly, I'm going into the programming now. So whatever the content we have discussed, that based, we have to write the code. That is the basic. So we have to write the code. So if you have any doubt, please text me in the chat. If you have cleared understanding of whatever the things I have explained you till now, the structural format and elements that we have and what is tag, element, attribute, So if you clearly understand this all topics, please type yes in the chat so that I can clearly explain the coding part of it. Only 5 have responded like yes, yes, yes. I don't know like all are sleeping or not, but yeah, sleeping or what, everyone? Okay, I'll be waiting other 2 minutes. Please type you understood or you did not understood in the chat so that from now we will be going into the programming part. Okay. So yeah, everyone have understood. Then we'll start off with the coding. So for HTML, we have like coding editors also like Node++ and Notepad. So firstly, for few days we will use Notepad, and the next few days we will be using Node++ software. We'll download it. Okay. So basically, Notepad, whatever the content you write, that will be present on Notepad. You will not get any errors, right? So in the Node++, is basically used whenever you're writing any error in the code, it can easily identify. But in the Notepad, it is not like that. Whatever the content you give, it will take. So let me open Notepad. Generally, you basically open the Notepad by going into the Windows and searching over there, right? So you can search over here for Notepad. So shortcut is also there to open a Notepad. Control R. Just click on Control R. So it is showing Notepad. I'm just trying to open the Notepad. Got my point? I have opened the Notepad. Please everyone see. Now I'll write the piece of code. Okay. So let's do the first program in the Notepad. First HTML program. So now we'll work on first ever HTML program. So whenever you want to write, whenever you want to start with HTML, you have to start with one tag, that is HTML tag. HTML tag. As I said you, we have different data types in other programming language, which is predefined. Here also we have predefined elements, so we have to use only that. Okay. So if you're using HTML tag, then HTML closing tag should be also there. So I'm writing HTML tag close. Sorry. So firstly, what I have did here. So I have taken HTML tag. Why it is any program you want to run in HTML, the first line should be HTML tag and the last line should be HTML end. This is opening tag and this is ending tag. Okay. So any program you take, this is the procedure, guys. Okay, first tag should be HTML tag and the last tag should be HTML closing tag. Got it? So inside of HTML, we have to write head tag. Okay. So inside of HTML, we have to write head tag and we have to close the head tag even. So this slash is saying that to close the line. Okay, getting my point? The slash is used to close the line. So in the head tag, I want to write some title. Let's say I want to write some title here. Inside of a head tag, I want to write a title. So I'm sorry, I'm just clicking on title. So title is like Advaita. Let's say Advaita class. So Advaita class, and we have to close the title bar also here. Okay. So ma'am, why ma'am we are writing head tag and closing the head tag? Beside of head tag, we are not writing anything. Why only title? Heading tag, you should not write. In the title, if you want to give the title, then you have to write. So if you want to write in the head, then that is also fine. Okay. So I want to see my output in the title. So I'm just writing Advaita class. Okay. So I'm closing the title. I'm closing the title. Okay. So in the title, I have written like Advaita class. I'm closing the title. And inside the head bar, okay, title I have given, right? Inside the head bar, we have to write one more tag called body tag. You got my point? Any program you take, this is the same. First, you have to write HTML tag. Then you have to close the HTML tag. Inside of HTML tag, you have to write head tag and then title tag and then body tag. Okay. So that is the format. Body, I have taken the body tag and I want to close the body tag even. Close body tag. Okay. So I have closed the body tag. So inside the body tag, you can write whatever the data in whatever the data you want to write. Let's see. So inside of data, I'm just writing my name or else hello world. First program, right? So I'm writing hello world. So if you run this program, it will not run because you don't directly write the body, whatever the content you want to write in the body tag, you should not use directly in the body tag. It is not possible. Okay. So for you to write any content, you have to use another tag called heading tag like H1 and write whatever the content you want to write. I'm just writing hello world. I'm just closing the H1 tag also. Got my point? So I have written hello world in the heading tag and this is my program. Any doubts you have on tags, please text me in the chat. If you clear all these things, please type me yes in the chat so that I can do the next steps. So I'll repeat once again, any program you take for starting, you are using HTML. Any program you take for ending of the program, you have to write closing tag of HTML. So after HTML, we have to write head file. Okay. So we have to write head file and close the head file. and then we have to write the title like whatever the content you want, and close the head title also. And then body, in the body take H1. Okay, heading 1. If you want to take heading 2, then take 2. I'll tell you what is H1, H2, H3 when we are deeper into the classes. But this is how it is. Okay, did you understand whatever the tags I have given in the notepad? Please text me yes in the chat so that I understood. You got understood by all the tags. Please type yes. If you're not understood, please type no. If you're not understanding, please type no. So great, everyone had understood. Now, okay, writing the program is done. Then basically we are doing web pages, right? So we have to run our program is also in the web pages. So firstly, we need to save the program. So here files and click on save. Okay, files, click on save and write demo, whatever the file name you want to give. I'm just giving demo.html. So why writing extension.html is important? So your computer have different programmings, right? So if you are a software developer, one day you'll work on Java, another day you'll work on HTML, another day you'll work on other technologies. Yes or no? So if you're not writing any extensions here, then your notepad will understand it is only a normal text document. So it is not like that. So for your computer to understand it is an HTML document. So if you're writing an extension, all the HTML files will store in one place. That is the use. You are not in the future, you will also not confused. Your system is also not confused. If you want to check all the HTML programs, you can directly open a HTML folder and check all the files, right? So that is the importance of having .html as an extension. Got it? So after you clicked on demo.html, don't save it. Here it is like text format. You should not operate your code with the text format. You have to operate with the all files. Then only you can do with the web pages. Okay. Click on all files and click on save. Automatically one demo file will be present. If you want to open, then click on open. So what after you clicked on save, you directly clicked on open. Then let's see what happens here. Okay, let's go to files, and demo.html file already saved in my files. I'm just opening this. You can see it is the output is not in the browser. The output is in the web page. You're getting my point? So HTML is create web pages. Got my point, everyone? So please try. If you're getting any errors or something like that, please let me know in the chat. So because why it is only giving hello world has my input, because in the header file I have used like Advaita, right? So it is giving like Advaita. See my coding in the title I have given Advaita class. So this file is also giving Advaita class. So this is the title, and whatever the body you're writing like hello world, that should be in the place of body. So this is completely body. Whatever the details you are writing here in the body, that will be represented here. So that is all about the first program in HTML. If you have any, I'm sorry guys. Yeah, if you have any doubts, please text me in the chat. Once again, run the program. Yeah. Yeah, sure. So to run the program, firstly, you need to save the program. So firstly, I have saved this program, right? I'm just clicking on save as, because I have already run the program. So instead of demo, I'm just using demo.1 because I'm showing for the next time. So I'm just clicking on save. Automatically demo.html has saved to my files. I'm opening my file explorer to check. So in the file explorer, in the recent files, it is showing demo1.html. That's how I have created just now, 1653. Okay, I'm just opening. So it is directly opening in the web page, not in the any other console or any other serial monitor or something like that. It is not like that. It is directly opening in the web page. So HTML use is that. Once again explain. Once again open the web page. Yeah, I have opened it. You got my point? So everyone, please try to do this program, and if you are getting any error, please let me know in the chat. If you want, I can give. If time not permits, I'll give entire code with you in the chat. Please at least test that you're doing it or not. Firstly, you have to open Notepad, and after that, write the code which I have given in the chat, and try to save the program by clicking on file, save the program and give a file name and give dot file as an extension, and don't forget to change the doc text mode into all files, then save the file automatically. Your in the file explorer you will be saving your file, and after that you can open the file. It will be loaded in the web page. Got my point, everyone? If you have any doubts, please drop your query in the chat. I'll be available. Please try till here. If you have any errors, please text your error in the chat. Soumya is having doubt, ma'am, why we wrote title tag. So title tag is display the title on the top. In the web page, see this is the web page. So I have used it in the title bar, title tag I have used like Advaita class, right? Some content I have given. So this content is there, deployed on the title bar. See, in the top, you can able to see Advaita class, right? If I'm giving something over there, the title also will change. Please see. If I'm writing my name here, let's say, and saving the file, whatever the changes you do in this file, automatically your web page is also going to change. So refresh this. So now it is Santoshi. You got my point? So title bar, title tag is used to show the title in the top. Yeah, any doubts? Guys, if you have any doubts, please type me in the chat. If you don't have any doubts, please type me no in the chat. So guys, it is already 7. So yeah, we can close the session right here. If you have any doubts, I will be available in the WhatsApp even. So whatever the doubts you have, you can post your query in the chat. I mean, the WhatsApp chat. So yeah, anything else? Can we leave the class? Stop off the session. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone joining the session. We'll catch up tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for joining the session. You can leave now.